Overall thoughts on today's performance?
Good team effort. Thought the defense played really well to create the turnovers, make big plays there, give us good field position. Obviously, when you can score points off of it, scoop and score like Justin did, that's big. But turnovers were key. We didn't have any, and I think maybe we gained 5. I'm not sure, but it was an overall really good team effort. I thought we were efficient, running the football, and like I said, Jorge protected the football. I don't think we got sacked tonight. I don't remember getting sacked tonight. So, except the first play of the game was really close. But good team effort for us to come home, rebound. It's been a long week, obviously, and to beat a good UNLV team who just came off a win at Vanderbilt. It was nice for the kids to be able to bounce back, and I'm proud of them, happy for them. It's always nice to see all the hard work pay off, and so happy for them.
UNLV came out like a team that had just beaten Vanderbilt. What were you able to do to take control of the game towards the second and third quarters?
Well, I'm not sure if it was nip and tuck for a long time. I think the turnovers are really what changed it. To give us good field position down there and be able to punch it in. We had a couple really good drives as well. Long ball to Darion that got us down there, flipped the field. Had a nice drive down there and fumbled the snap on the field goal. Field goal kicking was an adventure tonight for sure. But the last one should have been a chip shot, but we fumbled the snap. It was a close game really till the fourth quarter, till the turnover started mounting up and we were able to punch it in the end zone.
Had Michael back more of a role that we saw him in last year. How do you think that affected the rest of the defense and how they played today?
Well, we'll see. We'll watch the tape, and he's a versatile guy, and we try to put him around wherever we think is going to fit the game plan to help us win. And so that's really the key, is trying to put people in a position to be successful, not just individually but collectively as a team.
When the game was tight, you were able to force them into field goals twice inside the 5. That was a big key thing set over the week, get them off the field. How big were those possessions at the time?
Yeah, it was big, and thought the defensive line played hard, because that's a big physical offensive line that UNLV has, and the back is both backs are really good. They run really, really hard to bring down. I still think we need to shore up our tackling. I don't think we tackled quite as well as we need to. But those are shifty, powerful backs. But overall, to be able to step up and hold them to field goals is good accomplishment.
Can you describe the atmosphere with your team right now after that performance?
Yeah, it was exciting in the locker room because, like I said, it's been a long week for us, and I couldn't be happier and prouder of them and the staff. To put a good plan together and the kids to execute it. The kids, it's a Western Division team, and anytime you're in your division, it always is really beneficial to get a victory. And it was nice to be back home. It seems like we haven't been here in a long, long time going down that ramp, so it was nice to be back home. And I thought the kids had great focus, great energy going into the game, and played really hard.
Tonight was the best performance of the season so far. What was the biggest change from last week to today?
2 totally different teams. The option is an animal unto itself, and if they get rolling, they get rolling. And but we don't play another team like that this year, and it wasn't our week last week. And we weren't proud of how it ended last week, and so we had a lot of work to do this week, a lot of soul searching, believing in ourselves, believing in the process, believing in the people in this room, meaning our team, coming off of a game like that. Like I said, I'm really proud of the work that they put in all week. I'm proud of the focus. Not just from the players, but from the staff as well.
Like you said, it's been a really long time since you guys have been here. It's over a month since the Dogs played in Bulldog Stadium. Red Wave didn't seem like they were going to come out and support with a couple minutes to kick off, but that was because of the Friday, we assume, and they showed up and definitely filled the stands. What do you have to say to the Red Wave just about what you guys plan to do in the next coming weeks and then the home game next weekend?
Well, I'm always appreciative of the fans that come out. The Red Wave's a big part of what this program's all about. I had no idea what a Friday night would be like. Maybe some of their employers didn't let them off work on time or something. I don't know, but I'm thankful that they came out and provided some support for us. Friday nights I know are probably difficult, but what I want to say to the fans and everyone else is we're going to continue to trust the process and go through the process and continue to try to improve. We're going to look at the tape tomorrow, and I'm sure there's a lot of areas we can improve in, and we're just going to continue to try to do that, and trust the process and stay together and believe in each other and keep trying to get better every day, because that's what it's going to take. This is a tough conference, and each week you got to play your best. So we'll continue on that track.
Who was your top performer tonight?
What's that?
Who was your top performer tonight?
Oh, I don't know. There was quite a few to have to watch the tape. I thought Carrick Wheatfall stepped up big. It was nice to see him back out there making some plays. He made some big third down plays for us. So it was nice to have him back on the field. But, you got to watch the tape before you can evaluate each and every player to know. Defensively, I thought a lot of guys, creating turnovers and covering in the secondary. I thought, a couple of our secondary guys covered well, broke some balls up, tipped some balls, things like that, So I don't know, who the top performer would be necessarily.
What is the positives you take away from this game tonight?
The positives? Well, there's a lot. There's quite a few of them. Being able to stop the run on certain situations, that was a positive. Creating turnovers was huge, as it always is. Protecting the football and not turning it over ourselves is always really big. Most of the time when you win the turnover battle, you typically win the game. But there's a lot of areas to improve in. There really is. I mean, it's I think we got to cover kickoffs better. We can't let teams return the ball out to the 30, 35-yard line. There's just a lot of things to improve on. But we're going to look at the tape tomorrow, and we're going to see what I think happens every single week. And I don't care even if it was last week. Our kids compete hard. They play really, really hard. There's never any give up in them. They're really invested in what they're doing. And so, that always comes away from me at the end of a game of how hard we play and how hard we compete. It may not always go our way, but it won't be because of lack of guys competing.
As far as kicks tonight, do you see a different role and change maybe with Cesar Silva and then switching and giving Fuller a couple more attempts?
No, I don't. The 50-yarder, he didn't hit well, and the other one he pushed right, and the third one wasn't his fault. The ball got fumbled on the snap, and he had no chance to really kick that ball. So he's a good kicker. Unfortunately, he's had a couple here that haven't gone so well, but since whatever game that was weeks ago where he missed 3, he came back and he's hit every one he's kicked. So he'll bounce back. He's a good kicker and he's a mentally tough guy, and we just put him in a bad position, probably kick a 50-yarder, and he didn't hit it real well. But we still have confidence in Cesar.
You mentioned kind of an unknown playing a Friday game here in Bulldog Stadium. Just how did you see the team adapt to the prep throughout the day, and how are you feeling going into the game?
It was fine, actually. It really didn't seem any different to me because our schedule pretty much stayed the same. Practice was a little bit longer yesterday, but we really tried to do our best to keep the kids' legs fresh. And we did quite a bit of jog through yesterday, things like that to try to keep them fresh to come out and play. But a short week's always challenging. And we cut practice down on Tuesday and Wednesday. We cut it back a little bit. Instead of a little over 2 hours, it was somewhere around an hour and 45 minutes. And we just tried to be really productive with what we did, because it's really key on a short week to make sure your kids are fresh going into the game.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time.
All right, thank you all.